I saw the video of what happened. Allegedly, a guy, referee, weekend warrior, was refereeing and was supposed to get juice at the end of the match, um, because that's what the blood hunter does. He didn't get it good enough to where the blood hunter was satisfied. So the blood hunter actually had a spike and spiked him. And the thing is, I don't know if it might have been one of these things. Just think about this. Let's think about this for a second. We're still talking about the New Jack incident this many years later, 20 years later, 20 years plus, and how horrific that was and whatnot. And that's something that people are going to be talking about forever. I don't know if this was one of those moments to where you actually do something like that to another person, because people are going to be talking about it for a long time, right? Am I right or wrong on that?
Yeah,
and that's what I'm talking about as far as what this thing. That's what this world has come to where people, they don't care a lot of times what they're famous for. They just want to be known because of the social media thing, the show on YouTube, and the followers, that kind of stuff, and it becomes addictive. And if that is the case, which I don't know if it is. If that is the case, it's sad as hell. For some, the thing is, I don't know what's going to happen with this, but I'm almost guaranteed some charges going to get filed. Somebody's going to get sued and all that stuff, and you're going to be going through court some way, shape. That's going to happen. And I was talking on the Ghetto Boys show. I said, you put yourself in a situation for something to happen. Boom, it can happen. Mm-hmm. Now, he screwed up somebody else's life, and he perhaps may have screwed up his own life as well. We'll see in the end. But that's what I'm talking about. Playing wrestler, living out some stupid fantasy blood hunter, and actually having to see the real blood to actually get that feeling, because it's a game now. Forget about this guy's family and his well-being or anything like that. But it just baffles the crap out of me when I see stuff like this.
It's ridiculous. It's despicable. I know we have. I don't know if we have we have a no blood policy, right? In reality wrestling, we kind of have a strict one, a strict no blood policy. I don't think it's ever happened sin't I've been there, and that's only been a decade.
It's happened, but when it happens, bro, shut it down. Let's get us out of there because we don't.
It's an accident.
We don't want to be a liability.
Right. To me, when I hear stuff like this happening, it raises the question of licensure in professional wrestling. Like, if you're a promoter and you allow stuff like that to go on, I think that's the only time where there needs to be some sort of government oversight. Because what happens if this guy died? Like, what happens? Why are you laughing?
Oh my God. No, I'm laughing because it's so old. It's so old and outdated, man.
It's so stupid.
It's so old and outdated. It's not funny, the blood and gore, because she's like, I don't know what it is.
Look. I will say this. I've never been a big fan of blood in wrestling. I know that it's a part of the industry. I know it's a part of the business. Sometimes in Flair matches and Shawn Michaels matches, would it add a level of drama? Sure. Would it? Yes. Do I need that to happen in order for me to enjoy the match at the same level? No. I think that when things like this happen, look, you've seen it forever on the independents. I've seen it. Even when guys come for their first time in reality wrestling, sometimes they want to live out their WrestleMania dreams.
Yeah, I see.
And this is what Hannibal apparently was trying to do. He's like, I'm the blood hunter. This is my WrestleMania moment. I'm gonna stab the referee. I'm gonna stab him. Where are we living? Like, where are we living? I think that that's terrible. And the only reason I bring up like licensure is like whoever promoted that event and allowed that to go on is just as liable. As liable as Hannibal. And they should never be allowed to promote an event again. Hannibal should never be booked again.
Hey, man, Tiger Conway Jr., God rest his soul, guy who I respected back in the day a whole lot. We used to go do these high school shows, and they used to be all bought shows. And I remember one time we went into this one high school. It was in Bel Air, Texas, not far from here. And, man, Tiger Conway knew, they told us not to do no blood, no juice, or nothing. We don't want to see that. Tiger Conway juiced himself so freaking bad. You know, I'm like, you thought somebody hit him with a hatchet, you know, and blood was just going everywhere. And he was grabbing kids and he all over them. Man, do you know we never did another high school wrestling show? They kicked us out of the school district. I was not even able to go into my old junior high school and do a show. 15 years later, because of Tiger Conway children. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. Stupid. It just don't make any sense. You know, if somebody came to me with an idea like that, and you know, and I was wrestling, and the thing is, he was wrestling Carlito.
Oh my God.
Carlito was gone well before any of this happened. Because he's like, man, you know, Carlito said, man, I'm not doing that. I'm not being a part of that. You know, you can do whatever you want to do, but you know, but it's just amazing. You know, people. Okay, the guy that I'm working with, I can't juice him, but I'll juice the referee. I got to juice somebody. You know what I mean? Somebody's got to bleed. You know, and that's what I mean. That's what I mean by playing wrestler. That's what you was talking about as far as, you know, that promotion. Who sanctioned that? You know, why would a promoter even, even entertain a thought like that? If someone came in the reality of wrestling and said, hey man, I want to do this tonight and I want to juice the referee. And the first thing I tell them is, bro, we don't do that here. We don't do that here. You know, but if the referee said, okay, well, we could juice them, you know, and the thing is, that's why you got to be careful. I don't know if the promoter said, yeah, we could juice them. And sometimes that right there is the okay for some people. They may hear that and said, man, they want you to juice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the blood hunter, in his head, it could be totally different than what the promoter was actually thinking. So when you say, you know, that right there, it's kind of up in the air when you're doing this stuff, man. But
if somebody came to reality wrestling and said, I want to juice the referee, you wouldn't say we don't do that here. Your line would be, get your stuff and get the hell out.
Well, I didn't want to say it like that. I wouldn't say get the hell out either.
No, you wouldn't. I put it very nicely.
Seriously, but that's the thing. I talk to a lot of my students, and I tell them, you know, they go and work these shows, and I say, you know, how'd the promoter tell you did? You know, after the show, he said, "Oh, he said I did great." You know, and I say, all of them tell you do great, right? Yeah, they normally say that, and that's the problem. A lot of times, these promoters at these shows, they don't know what's good or bad. Can't give you any information as far as, you know, what it's going to take for you to get to the next level, because they don't even know. A lot of times they shouldn't even be promoting shows. So I can't even say, you know, that I got to put that on Hannibal. It's hard for me to put that on the promoter, because I know not to go into the ring with a spike and spike the referee and then choke him out with a rear naked choke. I know that. Guys, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.